Well, good morning, Trucker Todd here, and time for another video. Long time no see. It's been a little over 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks since my last video. I've received a few comments and several emails asking me where I'm at, what I'm doing, if I'm okay, if I'm still with Dart, what's been going on, why am I not making videos? And I'm going to answer that in this video, but more importantly in this video, I need your help. That's right. We've been going for a while now. We've got out over 200 videos, and we've finally reached a point where I need your guys' help. So I'm going to kind of explain to you what's been going on, what the state of things are right now, and then I'm going to ask for your help. So I hope you'll join me on this video, and let's jump right in.
And this is why I do this, why I'm out here, why I keep that hammer down, flying by these road signs with home on my mind, with these wheels turning round, for my family and for my kids, for this life I wanna live. And this is why I do this.
Hey, Trucker Todd here, and today's video is sponsored by the fine folks at Mudflap. If you're not familiar with the Mudflap app, they offer you ways to save money on fuel. And if you click the link in my description below, you'll receive $10 off the first time you use their app to fill up if you do it within the first 5 days. So why not give them a shot? You could save 20, 30, even 50 cents or more per gallon on diesel. And you don't have to be a truck driver to use it. If you use diesel, you can use this app. So look down in the description below for the link to receive that savings for being a viewer of this channel. All right, let's jump right into the regularly scheduled video. Okay, we're back. Like always, I want to remind everybody, give me a thumbs up. Share this video on your social media platforms in the description below. If you'd like to know more about working at Dart Transit, there's a link there to apply at Dart Transit. There's the recruiting number there, and my email is there. Please feel free to contact me or them. When you do, give them my driver number of 58180, and also let me know when you call them, especially if you don't hear back from somebody, or if you have any additional questions or anything like that. But either way, I just like to know when you guys put my number in there. It does help me, and I greatly appreciate it. But even if you don't, this is a great place to work. And if you didn't get my driver number, it's in the description also. Okay, so also another thing I want to tell you, Instagram, Facebook, there's a lot of content there that we don't put on the YouTube video. Typically, it's more funny stuff, not so serious. My wife puts a lot of pictures if we go through some pretty scenery or something like that. I would also encourage you guys to post stuff on there. If you see a real pretty truck or some scenery or something cool, put it on there on that Trucker Todd YouTube page. And the information on how to join that page is also in the description. Okay, so let's talk about what's been going on. Over the past month, and I realize I've only not been putting videos out about 2 or 3 weeks, but there's been a lot going on. My truck, you might remember, we had that horrible snowstorm. My blower motor went out, and so I didn't have a defroster or heat. I had to stop and get that repaired. Ended up having to spend the night in a hotel. And then I've also had to buy 2 steer tires and get an oil change. All normal, typical stuff. So that's been going on. The blower motor ended up being covered under warranty. I'm still in great shape. I don't want anybody to take away from this video that I'm not in great shape. There's roughly about $3,000 in my maintenance account, so I'm sitting pretty there. The truck has been running great. I haven't had any problems. I've been going to the Northwest a lot. As you know, they've had snow up there a lot. I've been going to Denver, Colorado a lot. There's a lot of weather there. And the thing I do want to say is my cell phone signal has stunk. And as you guys know, I switched from T-Mobile to AT&T. And it's not been a horrible experience, but it's not been a great experience. I've found AT&T data speeds to be a little faster, but ironically, especially when I run out west, I had better coverage on T-Mobile. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with AT&T, but that's neither here nor there, and that's not the point of this video. Now, I've mentioned this prior videos, and I probably need to mention it again. There's an ongoing effort, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not saying anything like that. But I've had a couple of YouTubers that's tried to stop my channel, and it's over little silly things that you wouldn't think are even on anybody's radar. For example, there was one guy, he had about 1,500 subscribers. I had about 300 or 400 at the time. And he was jealous because my 300 or 400, I would get a lot more views than he would do with his 1,500. And he's like, Todd, I don't get it. I don't see why you're so successful. And I said, well, because I get on there and be honest. That's it. You're not doing animation. You're not doing crazy shots. You're not using a drone. You're not doing any of that. I said, well, those things will probably come in time. But right now, I'm just sitting in front of the camera and telling people the truth. And he tried to sabotage me. I've had another guy. He would get on here and say crazy things and tried to say that I endorsed his thoughts. And I finally had to part ways. You know, we were friends. We were kind of promoting each other's videos, things like that. But I couldn't be associated with somebody that had such crazy views. It got to the point where my previous employer called me and they said, hey, are you really associated with this guy? He just said blah, blah, blah. And I'm, no. I was like, this is not something I support. And they're like, well, he's like, yeah, Trucker Todd this and Trucker Todd that. And I said, well, I'm going to fix that right now. So I parted ways with that guy. I've also had, and I've made some changes as a result of it. I've had guys call and ask for advice and ask questions about the companies I'm working with at the time or things like that, and then misconstrue my words and say I said things I didn't say to try to get me in trouble. I don't know why there's trolls and things like that. I don't know why people do the things they do, but there's some of that on here too. I think, my personal opinion, and I'm just a regular guy like you guys are, I think that there's a message going around that lease purchase is horrible. And here I am getting on here saying, oh, you can do great in a lease purchase. Lease purchase isn't all bad. Most of them are bad, but not all of them. And I think that that's a narrative that there's a certain percentage of the trucking population that they don't want to be out there. And so I think they would find, if they got to know me, I probably agree with them more than what they think I do. Most people probably shouldn't do a lease purchase. And most lease purchases are probably bad. I just happened to get into a really good one with Dart. And they've got a system in place, and those that follow the system and do what they're supposed to make money here. And so that doesn't mean that everybody that comes here makes money. Doesn't mean that everybody that comes here loses money. And you know, I would bet you, in your mind, think of the worst trucking company you can think of, and I'll bet you they have some drivers that are just as happy as they can be there, and they've probably got some drivers that are not happy there. And so every company has their good and bad, and you have to keep that in mind. But it got really extreme. I've cut way back. You know, you guys, I used to take 5 and 6 hours a day worth of phone calls and try to help people and answer questions and things like that. And I've migrated to a lot more email and very few phone calls now. I went back down to one phone, and it's because of guys like that that are misquoting me, saying I said things I didn't say. I've even had discussions with my cell phone companies about possible ways to start recording phone calls similar to what companies do, so that if a guy says, well, Trucker Todd said this, then, you know, I've got evidence that I didn't say what I was accused of saying. But I do prefer text and email for that reason, because I don't know if it's the pandemic and people are bored, more time on their hands, but there has been some negative things happen, and sometimes it's just kind of good to wash your hands, take a step back for a few minutes, and think about things. So it's been a combination of all of those things. I've been working hard. Dart will run you. I've been working real hard. Still going home, still doing all the things I was doing, but I'm having fun. My wife's been with me. Now, she just got off the truck for a doctor's appointment. I'll be back through there next weekend. And so it's been great. But now we're going to get to the part where I need your guys' help. Now, it's no secret that I've helped dozens of drivers, big and little problems. I know a lot of the higher-ups at several companies. I've been able to make some phone calls on their behalf, get some problems fixed and things like that. Now, how am I able to do that? Well, part of it is because you guys watch my videos. When it never fails, they always ask, how's the channel doing? Well, I got 540 subscribers. Oh, really? And so when I ask you guys to subscribe, it's not for my benefit. I mean, I guess it is in a way, but it's not. When you subscribe, it gives me more power to help you. YouTube does not pay me a penny, and that's the truth. Dart does not pay me a penny for making YouTube videos. Now, if you call recruiting and you give them my driver number, yes, I get a referral bonus. But it's not any different than the referral bonus if you hire somebody on here. It's the same amount. As a matter of fact, I recruited a guy, and he was getting ready to start orientation. He said, hey, when I start, I got 4 guys that, my brother, my brother-in-law, that they're wanting to come over too. And he'll get the exact same referral bonus that I got for him. So there's no special treatment there. It does help when you do that, and I do greatly appreciate it. Secondly, whatever your favorite subject is, and ironically, mine's not trucking, but it's what I kind of fell into. Whatever your favorite subject is, you might think you've got a lot to say about it. And when I started doing this channel, I was actually doing it for car sales. I had taken a break from trucking, and I was selling cars, and I was making videos to show our inventory. Now, I've pulled those videos down. You probably won't be able to find any, but I'll just tell you they were awful. They were awful. It migrated when I went back to trucking. I thought, well, I'm going to talk about trucking a little bit. And I had all these ideas. I made a list, like a 2-page list. These are the things I'm going to talk about. And now that I've done a little over 200 videos, it is tough to find things to talk about. The audience that watches this video is very intelligent. Most of them are experienced truck drivers. So telling you something basic like how to check a fuse or how to change a headlight is not it's not something that very many of the viewership of this channel so far has expressed an interest in. If you guys want some how-to videos, I can sure knock those out. Now, when you have trouble making videos, there's guys that hop companies every 2 or 3 months, and that gives them plenty of ideas. They can show their new truck at the new company. They can, talk about orientation, the hotel they stayed in, if they like their dispatcher. I can think of a really popular YouTuber that he has 6 or 7 jobs a year, just hopping from company to company. But to me, it's stupid to do that if I've found a place that I'm really, really happy. As a matter of fact, on Friday, my dispatcher called to ask me about one of my loads, And she said, "Hey, how's it going?" And I said, I have absolutely nothing to complain about. I said, I hadn't made a video in a couple of weeks because I got nothing to talk about. I'm working, I'm making money, the truck's doing great. And she said, well, maybe just make a video saying that. And I'm like, well, that's the problem. I've got a dozen videos saying how great that Dart is. Nobody believes me. Or that's an exaggeration. Some people believe me, but there's a certain percentage of the population that does not. I'm super happy here. I haven't looked for another job or entertained another company in a long time. As a result of that, video production has gone down. You can only do so many what I call rah-rah videos. I don't want to say I wish I had something negative to tell you, but folks, I honestly don't have anything negative to tell you. And that's why I'm asking that you guys, share some comments, send me an email, give me some show ideas, because I'm not going to leave Dart. And, I know in saying this, Murphy's Law, at some point something's going to break. I'm going to have a mishap, something's going to go wrong, and I'll share those things with you when they happen. I'm not going to hide those things from you, but I'm not going to make up drama where there's not any either. I'm not going to pick a fight with my dispatcher just so I've got a video, or, I'm not going to create drama out here. I'm just going to tell you the truth. Right now, everything is great. I've never been happier than what I am in trucking right now, working for Dart Transit. And so I just wanted to explain that that's also one of the factors of why there's not a lot of videos coming out right now. Having said that, hang on a second. I need you guys to give me show ideas. If even if you don't have a show idea, if you put a comment down there or you send me an email, a lot of times it'll give me an idea for something to discuss with you guys. And I would encourage you guys to do that. I have a guy, his first name's Richard. He's super experienced, really smart guy. I think he's been driving like 45 years. He doesn't do it a lot, but he'll send me an email. And it's always positive. He never says anything negative. But he'll give me his perspective on something. And I've made probably 3 or 4 videos just off of stuff he's said. So I would encourage y'all to be active, interact. Give me your thoughts, give me your opinions. Hey, I'm still hoping you'll be respectful. Name calling, things like that doesn't get us anywhere. But if I'm on the wrong side of a topic, tell me in a respectful, articulate way. Don't just say, well, Trucker Todd, you're stupid. Say, yeah, hey, I understand why you feel that way, but have you ever thought of it this way? And you never know, you might be able to change my mind. I might make another video seeing it from your perspective. Why am I asking you guys to give me a thumbs up? Well, when you do that, it increases this video in the algorithms for YouTube, which means that when the suggestions come up for a YouTube video, my videos show up in more of the suggestions, and more people are exposed to these videos. Now that is going to make the channel better too, because those same people might also have a suggestion or a question that we can address in a later video that could help even more people. Why do I ask you to share these videos on your social media platforms? Same reason. There's a lot of people that could benefit from this information that don't have YouTube. And the only way they'll see it's if you put it on Facebook or Instagram or something like that. So that's why I encourage these things. I've been told by a lot of drivers that I've helped them or I've taught them something, but I also learned from you guys as well. And I like to think of this as a mutually beneficial deal where we both benefit from it. And so I'm not going to harp on it no more, but I just wanted to ask for your help in these ways, and thank everybody for watching. This one ran a little longer than I wanted it to. I usually run them about 10 or 15 minutes, but I want to thank everybody for watching. we'll see you on Wednesday. I think Wednesday's going to be a pretty controversial video. And so we'll see you then. Bye-bye.